It's not just the public purse that faces extraordinary inflation-linked demands upon it. Private employers too will be trying to work out what wages they need to offer to attract talent in a tight market and how much of any costs they can pass on to their customers. John Caudwell is a business leader. He's also the founder of Phones for You. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Employers are in a tight spot, aren't they? Employees will be clamouring for higher wages. The Bank of England is urging them to resist. What would you be doing if you now had sort of tens of thousands of employees saying, look, 6%, please?
Well, first of all, I have to say it was very, very naive of the leader of the Bank of England to talk about restraining people's pay requirements while sitting on a £600,000 a year salary. And it really does show a lack of being in touch with the community and in touch with realism, because people are always going to want pay rises, and especially when inflation is out of reach. But you know, the big problem is the government's unfortunate mismanagement of the economy over the last 2 years. I was urging them since March 2020 to invest in a scheme that I call Caudwell Pandemic Recovery, which was investing in apprenticeships, investing in infrastructure, renewable energy, and inward investment. Now that creates real jobs, real wealth, and real productivity that could afford to give pay rises. Instead, what they did were they were over generous with furlough payments to 75% of the workers and massively underpaid or underhelped all of those people in the so-called excluded group. So I am actually very disappointed with the way the economy has been managed over the last 2 years. It could have been done so much smarter and so much better. And the way it's been managed has partly caused this fueling of inflation, right the way through from the energy crisis to, in some cases, wages that have gone through the roof, as reported from many of my colleagues who've been trying to get workers, employ workers, and found that they've got to pay a lot more money for those skilled people.
You were a supporter of Boris Johnson. You have, I believe, directly supported the Conservatives financially, haven't you? Is that over? Would you now look at the Labour Party instead?
Sorry,
I don't know if you forgive me. I was just wondering, you were a supporter of the Conservative Party and of Boris Johnson. You sound very, very disillusioned.
Well, look, I'd have been even more disillusioned if Labour had been it, and it would have been a catastrophe.
Sure, but what about the here and now? The here and now.
Done a much better job. Absolutely, they could. And I've been very critical of a lot of the things they've done, and I just want them to run the country properly.
And you don't believe that's happening now, clearly?
Well, it could have been done a lot better. You know, I mean, when you make furlough payments out the rate that they did and made it an absolute where you either were on furlough or you weren't, rather than pro-rating it, let people do certain days. And they didn't calculate the right rate and percentage anyway, because people were saving so much money through not travelling to work, not having those expenses, but also through the unfortunate situation of not being able to go out for restaurant meals and enjoy holidays. So people's bank accounts swelled. And of course what that causes, along with the shortage of product that was
we have to leave it here. COVID, we have to leave it there, John. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. We have to leave it there.